If you've struggled with stress, balance, or burnout, and simply feel discouraged or even defeated, and if you're ready to move from force to flow and enjoy ultimate Zen success in your career, health, or relationships, then the Zen Success Show is for you. Your host, Carissa Sims, is an entrepreneur, corporate consultant, best-selling author, meditation teacher, and healer who has found her own Zen success. Here's your host, Carissa Sims. Welcome to this week's episode of Zen Success. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Bobby Del Rio. Let me tell you a little bit about Bobby. I connected with him on Clubhouse. He has a 20-plus year career in the film and TV industry. He became one of the top social audio influencers in the world during the pandemic. He became national news in Canada by breaking into Hollywood from the social audio app Clubhouse. So Bobby is currently hosting and writing a new television series about crypto and Web3 called The Daily Drop. And right now, is that on the news? Is that part of like Canadian news?
Yeah, so I guess I'm on two networks. So
Okay.
I'm on a Canadian national news network called the News Forum. But I essentially run the flagship show for a new American television network called Blockchain TV. But we haven't officially launched yet. So I'm trying to figure out when we're actually going to launch.
Yeah, that's great to be a part of a startup. That's going to be hot. That's exciting. And
Yeah.
So 2 months into airing The Daily Drop, Bobby has the number 2 most views of any episode ever on the News Forum's YouTube channel. So it's covered by Yahoo Finance, and Bobby books the top crypto Web3 experts in the world for his show. Welcome, Bobby.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, pleasure to get to know you. So just tell me, where are you calling from today?
I'm in Toronto, Canada right now.
Okay, got it. And do you feel, just a general question, do you feel like anyone could break into the television and film industry?
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody can break in. I think it does take a while to get to the highest levels of the business, even to get an agent, to get legitimate. Generally takes years, and training and networking and this kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, look, the thing that's great about the film and television industry, being an actor specifically, is really anybody can do it. It's just a question of work ethic and focus.
That's amazing. And what about connections? Do you think that plays a part as well? Like, people get a leg up if they know somebody or related?
Definitely nepotism is a big part of it. Now, I will say it can also hurt you if you're the kind of person nobody likes.
Yeah, because they assume that you have a personality like that famous person or something, if you're connected.
Yeah, I think it's more like the way you treat people.
Okay.
There's a lot of people who will go and, you can know a lot of people, but if you are unkind to them, or you lie or whatever, like there's a lot of people who are not so nice, that reputation can hurt you as well, right? So I think it's just important to like be the best version of yourself, to treat people as well as possible. But certainly, they say it all the time. It's who you know. So you definitely want to build a large network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you have any experiences early on where you didn't really pay attention to how you were treating people? And did it hurt you like in the future?
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. I mean, I started as a teenager, right?
Oh,
So,
how old were you?
I guess it depends how you define it. I've been an actor member since the 90s, right? So I
Okay.
was for actors since I was about 19 or 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 44 now, right? So it's been many, many years. So
That's amazing. Amazing career.
yeah, it's been a really long time. And I was pretty successful right out of the gate. Like I literally had a television documentary done about me.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I was working for HBO and USA Network. I was doing like really big things, like immediately, like
Wow.
which is very uncommon.
Yeah. Did you get discovered? Did someone see you? And
No, I wouldn't say I got discovered. I mean, I was just kind of like the star of all my plays my whole life. And
oh, yeah.
I kind of just worked my way up. But I also did have a bit of luck because my brother was a child star and he had done a television series for YTV. And then he was at one of the top agencies in the country. And so then I got an interview with his agent, which obviously, if he wasn't my brother, I wouldn't have gotten it. Now, with that said, it didn't like guarantee me entry into the agency. So I had to audition and, sort of like interview to be part of the agent's roster. But yeah, if my brother wasn't a child star, I probably wouldn't have gotten that interview. Right. So,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. And so were you always interested in like did you see your brother and you thought, "Oh, I could be the star of the play also?" Like when did you start acting?
well, so I was acting before him. He's my younger brother.
Okay.
So I kind of broke him into acting.
Oh,
Right.
cool. That's
So
awesome.
he ended up getting the part, because he's very funny, but he hadn't really done very much, right? But I saw an ad in the newspaper, and I was too old for the part, but I was like, oh well, you should do it.
Oh,
And he,
that's so
like,
cool.
and he's I don't want to do it. I was like, no, you're doing it. And then I wrote a monologue for him, and I directed the monologue, bragged him to the thing, and then he ended up getting one of 6 leads out of 300 kids who showed up that day.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Wow. So, did you guys fight? Did you have a little rivalry or were you always supportive of him?
Not really. I mean, he's younger than I am, like he's a few years younger than I am, and yeah, I don't know. We're always pretty supportive of each other. We've worked together and we've done a bunch of
Oh,
things together. No, I mean,
okay.
look, he got me. I mean, he got me at the agency, right? Like, so yeah, we've helped each other pretty much our whole lives, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. No, well, I know you're starting to work in Hollywood and everything. And some of what you said in your bio is that you broke into Hollywood through Clubhouse. So, what drew you to Clubhouse, the social audio app?
to be honest, I was bored. I was tired of Facebook. Everybody's yelling at each other. One of my friends was like, "Hey, you should join Clubhouse. I think you do well on it." But I had a pretty good career in Canada before Clubhouse, right? So I had built the largest multicultural network in the country when I was 25 years old. So there's
Oh,
a lot of people.
wow.
Yeah, so I had a lot of experience, sort of public speaking and leading, doing a lot of things in the film and television industry. So when I discovered Clubhouse was a public speaking platform, essentially, it made sense why I was invited to attend.
Yeah. So when did you join? What year? Do you remember?
Yeah, I joined. I remember the exact date. Uh,
Oh, yay.
it was February 2nd, 2021.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I joined in February also, but a little bit later, in February 2021, but towards the end of February. Hmm.
That was like when we first joined, it was just like there was the most legitimate people in
Oh,
Hollywood,
I know. It was
the
insane.
leaders of business. I mean, it was great. It's too bad now because I do think it's become just a bit of a sort of toxic high school environment where at,
Mm.
where at the beginning when we joined, it was just some of the, I don't know, most inspirational people I'd ever met in my entire life.
I agree. And at that point, I can't remember if you had to be invited. I think you still had to be invited. And I really liked that business model because it really kept it streamlined and connected and it felt like there was higher caliber people and maybe they were just more available at that time because of the
So
pandemic. I mean, what do you think?
I think you're bang on because I think when they let everybody in, that's when the app started to deteriorate. And
Yeah,
I don't, snobby about that, but I do think that the people who, because you only got two invites at the time, and
that's
so
right.
people were kind of like looking for their most successful, most connected, most sort of business oriented um, people in their network to give the invites to, right? So it became this sort of like entire clubhouse of movers and shakers, right? And I think that if you don't have as much experience accomplishing things, you don't necessarily have the same mentality to get along with people who really are, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you ever monetize Clubhouse? Did you ever get paid to moderate or anything? Or I know maybe that wasn't your goal, but I was just
No,
curious.
was offered. Look, I've been offered many opportunities to monetize. In a way, I have monetized because I'm the star of a television series now. So I'm,
Oh, that's amazing.
but it wasn't like a direct like I will pay you to. I definitely was offered many times to like I will pay you to moderate this room, to host this room or whatever. And I
Yeah.
turned it because for me, first of all, I didn't need the money, and second of all, I was like, well, I don't want to be affiliated with people or things or rooms that are not who I am, and I'm not.
Mm.
Right? I just never have been, and I never will be. Now, like if somebody wanted to sort of pay me to do what I was already doing, cool, but I wasn't going to change my trajectory for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing that you have that heart and that those ethics. I mean, a lot of people would jump at the opportunity.
I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah,
I got it.
thank you, I appreciate it, but I just if I don't really know what you're doing, like why would I put my face as attached to your, because I don't know. You don't know who you're signing up to work with, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, good point. Well, tell me the story about how you met someone and it led to you being a part or running your own show.
My TV show.
Yeah, yeah. Like how you broke into Hollywood through Clubhouse. Like,
Well,
do you have a
it's
story there?
yeah, definitely have a story. I mean, it's very indirect, but
Yeah.
okay. So there are two separate stories. So Hollywood is very direct because I literally met my agent on the app, right?
Oh my
Uh,
gosh. Congrats.
yeah, and it was really funny because once I started to realize that I could access legitimate Hollywood players from Clubhouse, I was like, oh my God, like what the hell, right? So I started networking aggressively in the Hollywood spaces. And I've been in Canada my whole career. And while I have worked on American projects, I'd never even been to Los Angeles,
Oh,
right? Like,
wow.
right,
That's
like
amazing.
because I'm in Toronto. Toronto's, like the New York of Canada, right? So
Yeah.
there's
There's
always
enough opportunities there,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's a bunch of American productions shooting in Canada, but generally what happens is when you do get cast, you cast in a small role, whereas like the leads are cast in Los Angeles, right? So you want to get repped in LA because now you can be considered for the starring roles, the lead roles, the more significant roles. Where Canada's more of a service industry for the US, right? So we're going to do all the small parts. But I'd never been to LA, and so I never really had a way to get repped in LA, especially when you're not from a place. What are you going to do? You're going to like go to their websites, but if you go to any credible website, they're like, oh, like we don't accept unsolicited submissions, and like it Hollywood, especially now that I'm there, like it really is a bit of a clubhouse, if you will,
Mm.
right? Is that you really have to know somebody. And when now I have been to LA a couple times. The first time I went was for 5 weeks to meet my agent in person, who I got from Clubhouse, as well as other people. And I couldn't even get invited to good restaurants unless I knew somebody. It's like, oh, my friend's a producer, and his friend used to run this show, and he knows the cook. And then now I'm in an amazing place in Beverly Hills, right? Like Los Angeles is that kind of place. So what was cool about Clubhouse is that all of a sudden I'm making all these friends in LA, and I actually got my agent by running a fun room. Like I literally ran a room that a friend I'd met on Clubhouse was like, "Oh, let's just do a room and call it Funny Stories." And she knew that I was pretty funny, so she's like, "You just host the room." I was like,
Uh-huh.
huh? "What? About what?" And she's like, "Just I don't know, funny stories, whatever. Go." And we just did this room, and then I was just really funny, and then I just all these Hollywood people came in, and I made them laugh, and one of them was my agent, and after that we spent 2 hours laughing together, and then we messaged each other and it's like, hey, yeah, we should work together. Like that's what happened.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And was that room specifically for Hollywood or is just for anybody? Yeah.
No, but I had
It
been
just
running
happened.
called
Yeah.
international film financing, and I was starting to build momentum in the Hollywood space, just because I'm very experienced in film, and I was running all these film rooms, so people started to know who I was, and then I intrigued them or something, so I would open up rooms, and they would just kind of follow me in, and then I just started making friends and making them laugh, and then all of these business opportunities emerged.
Yeah. That's amazing. Do you do other things as well? So you write plays, direct?
So, and I mean, pretty much anything creative you can do in the film industry, I've really done. So obviously, I've acted in many, many projects, and I'm a pretty recognized playwright in Canada. I've also written many screenplays. I got a distribution deal for a feature film that I wrote and directed last year called The Market, about Wall Street. I've
Oh,
produced a lot.
cool.
So, over 20 plus years, I really have built a pretty long resume.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And is there a show coming up called IRL?
So IRL is already produced. So I was the creator and showrunner.
Oh, cool.
So, and I directed every episode. So we did 12 episodes. We actually sold it to Bell Media, which is the biggest television broadcaster in the country.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. So I ended up, essentially creating a short form television series. But we were probably one of the most successful web series in the country. Like I was the guest speaker at ACTRA, which is our union for actors. And we launched during TIFF and I was a guest speaker. I mean, it was a pretty successful show. So,
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I love the title too. This year, I started meeting people from Clubhouse in real life. And so it really hit home. I was like, oh, IRL, that's cool.
are you as well?
What's that?
Are you in LA?
No, but I lived in LA a long time. So I live in Colorado. So I am in the US. But I lived in LA because I went to college there and then
Okay.
just
I thought
lived there after. Yeah.
text, right? And I was like, oh, you must be in
Oh,
LA.
yeah. You recognized it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. It's an LA number that I just kept, but I've been in Colorado for about 3 years. But I met my husband. My husband's in the film business and he's actually outside of LA right now filming something. But yeah, I met him in LA. So, yeah, now you have this crypto and Web3 show. So, were you simultaneously learning about crypto, Web3, or were you already pretty well versed in that and on Clubhouse?
So
Or
I didn't know anything about crypto. I don't know what the hell Web3 was, but I do have an economics background in terms of education.
oh,
Uh,
okay,
so my first year I did at the University of Toronto, which is one of the most prominent schools in the country for economics, right? So I started in that, and then I ended up transferring. I went to theater school and all these things, right? But my first year was economics, so I had a natural aptitude for finance, economics, business, and then like I've produced a lot in my career, so I know a lot about the film business. And then when I went on to Clubhouse, one of the first rooms that I ran was international film financing, where I could have spoken confidently about financing, but I felt like let me let me curate a space where Hollywood financiers and international financiers and producers and execs could teach me and our audience. So essentially, I was hosting a financing show every week, and it became pretty prominent. And then through there is when I started to get more connections to finance generally, because everybody would come in my room because it was the most popular film finance room. And then I started learning about crypto, NFTs. So it really came from Clubhouse, where I was like, a what? A who? And then as I started to learn more, and as I built a network of friends and colleagues in Hollywood, I got invited to do a 45-minute keynote speech at a conference in Utah, speaking about Hollywood finance and how crypto and NFTs could disrupt traditional finance. And then I ended up, there was like a poster or whatever, because I was speaking at the thing. And I literally just posted my Facebook account how I was speaking about crypto at this Hollywood conference. And then a friend who became my boss, essentially, he messaged me on Facebook. I hadn't spoken to for years. We had taken a Second City class together many years ago, and now he's a producer, which I didn't know. And they were hiring television hosts because they were building out blockchain TV, which is like almost like a Bloomberg for crypto, right? Like an entire
Okay.
based on crypto and Web3 and all these things. So they needed hosts. And then he saw that I was speaking at this conference, and he's like, "Oh, well, then you should interview for one of the hosts." And then I got the job.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting. Congrats.
Yeah, it's kind of a circuitous path, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely in the middle of it.
But I can see the connection now. You know,
Mhm.
I started investing in crypto before Clubhouse, but I got more interested in NFTs and the movie financing as well. And I own a camel, few camels actually, for the Arabian camels. That was one movie. And I know there were some movies or TV shows that got funded through crypto. Do you know some that were successfully funded, or were
So
they hybrids?
I I guess I'm a bit contentious, right, when it comes to the film space specifically, because now I know quite a bit about crypto and NFTs and all these things. I have a television show about it. And I find that there's not too many examples of people who've successfully utilized blockchain technology and crypto and NFTs. I think there's people who've raised money, but those films haven't really been made or distributed yet. So
Yeah.
I think it's evolving. It is new,
Okay.
but I think that unfortunately you find there are many people who are not very experienced in film who are trying to brand themselves as film experts in Web3
I
who have
see.
legitimate film and television experience. So I think that there's a lane for established people who want to sort of learn the sort of new technology, the new finance. But right now, I see camps. I pretty much see people with no film experience who are looking to make films in Web3. And then I see people who are legitimate filmmakers and producers in Hollywood who don't know anything about Web3, right? So I think right now we're still trying to figure out, well, how can we bridge these two camps?
Yeah, and maybe that can be you. I mean, providing that education on both sides. So tell me about the daily drop. How did you come up with that idea? Were you just like really excited about crypto, or did somebody bring you the opportunity?
I can answer this very simply. I didn't come up with it. Basically, I was just offered the job, right? Like they were looking for hosts. They were impressed by me, and then I just had the right combination of on camera experience. I got along really well with my team, and I learned very very quickly, and I was able to explain high level, um, sort of complex financial issues in very simple terms.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they were really looking for. So somebody who could understand everything, but then communicate it in a way that our audience, which is largely people who don't know anything about crypto,
Mm-hmm.
how to teach them that. So yeah, so they decided on the format. Now it's supposed to be a daily show. Right now it's weekly because we're still building out the US launch. But essentially, I was just hired to do that job. Now I do write the show, so I decide every topic, like let's do this, let's do that, because I know the space so well now that I can find really strong narratives.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I was just hired to do a job for a format that they had created.
Oh, got it. Okay. That's great. Who do you interview people on your show?
Yeah, yeah. So I have access to some of the top CEOs in crypto in the whole world, right? And and celebrities and just experts. And as the show's gotten more momentum, I just I'm pretty much in the inner circle now for Web3, so I can pretty much get anybody. And I can't announce who we have yet, but we've already confirmed some of the top people in the world, and some of them have already been on the show, but there's more coming. Like it's pretty impressive who we're getting.
Yeah, that's exciting. And do you see any, like, what do you see as the future of Web3? What do you think about integrating products into crypto and product backed tokens, PBTs?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, today's maybe a bad day to ask because,
Okay, why is that? Why is that?
well,
There's something going on you want to
well,
share?
we have probably the worst 24 hours in crypto history has happened in the last day. So,
What
FTX.
happened?
So FTX, which is like one of the top exchanges in the world, looks like they're insolvent, and so Binance is attempting to purchase them, although they may abandon the deal because FTX's finances are so bad. So right now, the entire crypto market is crashing. Now, I do think that this is short term. It's really still a fallout from the Luna Terra collapse that happened in the spring summer, where basically as all of these crypto companies and coins and protocols and tokens took out loans, used debt to make speculative investments, and those investments started to fail. We're having a bit of our Lehman Brothers moment. We're having a bit of a subprime mortgage crisis where, um, like, essentially anybody who wasn't doing things properly from a financial perspective is dying, and they're taking people with them. So there's a lot of people right now who took out loans, didn't have the money, the assets are crashing, and now they're going bankrupt. So there's a lot of people who are losing a lot of money right now. Now, I do think this is short term. In the end, what'll
Yeah.
happen, we'll have a more efficient crypto system.
Hmm.
We're going to have more regulation. Long term, everything's going to be fine. It's slightly terrifying right now, though. I do think, though, the future is going to be utilizing the blockchain for every single vertical. So there will be no business untouched by the blockchain. There's too much money in it. The technology is too brilliant, it's too pervasive, and it's too disruptive.
Mm.
And look at the sort of um, technological innovations that are coming to facilitate scaling specifically. Um, you're talking about a speed and volume of business that has never existed before. And that, if you can completely change the way business works all around the world and have essentially an infinite amount of money at the fastest speed imaginable, you can change every aspect of the economy.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
Mm.
So it looks like this deal may not go through because there was maybe some unethical financial practices.
Yeah, you got it. So it's basically
Okay.
it, right? So it just depends. We don't quite know yet, but for example, at like 5 minutes before I came on for the podcast, there was a tweet where the entire legal team from FTX has resigned.
Oh, they're
Like,
like, okay, if that isn't a red flag, I don't know what is.
it's not. It's probably not a good sign. And they shut the website down. So like Cointelegraph tweeted out, yeah. So like FTX took the website down. You're like,
Oops.
this
Oh my God.
isn't like due diligence to me, like.
Yeah, interesting. I haven't invested across the board in crypto. One of the investments went bankrupt. Voyager.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry
Familiar
to
with
hear that.
that? Oh, that's okay. I was just experimenting. Don't worry, I'm fine. But thank you for that. Thank you for the sympathy. But it wasn't. I didn't do a lot because it was new, and so I was
Right.
just like, I just onboarded because they were giving. I think they were giving like $200 or something.
This is what they were doing, right? So like
Yeah.
FTX was supposed to be a savior for Voyager and Three Arrows
Ah.
Capital. And so this is why it's even more alarming, right? Because they were supposed to be bailing out these companies.
Oh.
Their whole premise was so that people like you who lost money could get your money back. That's what they said. And then they just went under, essentially. So you're going, well, what the hell is going on? Who actually has money?
Yeah, maybe some of the top like Bitcoin and Ethereum holders they have money, individuals,
Right.
but maybe not necessarily the exchanges. Yeah, but it's
Right.
interesting. I was talking to the founder of this crypto hedge fund, which I thought it was an interesting time because they just started it like a year ago. But what she said that they do is that they don't make long-term investments. So they see a launch of like a coin or something, and then they'll invest and they'll get out. And then, before the crypto winter, they'll like convert everything to cash and then invest back in. So anyway, it's
I
kind
think
of crazy right now.
but it's terrifying. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently Sam Bankman-Fried, right, who I guess runs FTX, although does it even exist anymore? They don't have a website. But he lost the most amount of money in a 24-hour period of any billionaire ever. So apparently he was worth something like $14.6 billion 24 hours ago, and now he is no longer a billion.
And
Sorry,
it's
I'm
hit.
Sam Bankman-Fried, and it was just getting too intense, so I tried to get out. Can you imagine? Like, I'm actually Sam Bankman-Fried.
And I'm interviewing him after he lost the most
Yeah.
ever of
But
any
I don't
billionaire.
know what I was thinking. I just
No, that's what we'll do. I'll pretend I was interviewing you, and then you brought him on as part
yes,
of my interview.
right?
Okay.
We'll get more followers anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
I don't remember. No idea what
Okay.
we're.
Oh, we were taught. You said that was the most money that a billionaire has
Oh
ever
yeah,
lost.
so
Yeah.
this is what's terrifying too, right? Is so this dude was worth apparently that their valuation was like something like $40 billion the company's worth. So he had a personal net worth on paper, I guess, of $14.6 billion a day ago. And now, I mean, I think he still is worth like $991 million, just a lot, but he lost 94% of his net worth in 24 hours. So this is what's so unsettling, right? Is that can you imagine losing 94% of your net worth in a day? In one day, right? That's like losing your house plus your retirement savings plus your car, but you get to keep your really nice couch all in a day. This is what's scary, right? This is why I get it. This is why people don't feel so safe in the crypto world, and who can
Mm-hmm.
blame them? Now, this
Mm-hmm.
is a bit extreme. This
Right.
is probably the worst day in crypto history, but how is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think what it's going to mean is there's going to be regulations, there's going to be rules to protect the consumer, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it gets more intense and maybe they make it illegal. Like you really don't know what they're going to do. It's pretty scary.
That's interesting. But do you think that 14 billion was all in crypto? I mean, wouldn't someone diversify into like hard assets like real estate or other investments or cash, So
You would
I
think
mean,
so.
yeah.
But but what's interesting about Web3, and again, like I'm sort of newer to the space, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, so I look at it more objectively. I think, which actually I think is good for the show, right?
Yes,
Right,
yeah.
because I'm not like
Absolutely.
into that culture. I can be objective about the culture, but
Hmm.
you see a lot of the key figures in the blockchain. They're sort of anti-fiat, right? So
Mm,
they
they
reject.
try to get out of cash as much as
That's
possible.
right, and
I
they're
see.
actually maligned by other zealots um, of the space if they hold too much fiat, right? Because
They
then it's like,
shame
oh,
them. They shame them.
yeah, 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 because
Okay.
they're like, oh, like I guess you're just like everybody else. So it's like you almost have to reject the
Interesting.
traditional financial system. So I think there's a bit of that too, where you can be perceived as a poser, especially because he was basically the face of crypto around the world. That's how high
Mm.
profile he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if all of his assets are like physical real estate, cash,
Mm-hmm.
bonds, stocks, it just sends the wrong message. So he was probably just overly invested in the blockchain.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So let's talk about you. What's next for you? Like, what are you excited about right now?
Well, look, I have this show and I'm really excited about the show. Actually, that was my CEO calling me, which is why we got cut off. Um,
Okay.
it's it's a really cool opportunity. It's also a lot of work, um, just because it's so much research all the time. So, for example, yesterday, all of a sudden, this story comes down. Now, it is not probably the darkest day in crypto history, but it's just like I've been reading and watching videos and on the phone for almost 24 hours, right?
Oh, wow.
It's like I have to know every little thing as much as possible. So tonight I'm going to be in the national news and I'll be discussing basically what happened with FTX and Binance and what's going on there. So it's just such a labor intensive job from a research standpoint, which I love,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really have time to think about anything beyond that.
Yeah.
I really have to know my stuff, so I'm really just thinking ahead, week by week, episode by episode.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Well, what do you have aspirations or do you have a family? Are you in a relationship?
Wow. Everybody wants to know these things. It's so interesting. I don't. I have like children or a wife. I am divorced, but no, I don't have a girlfriend right now.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, much Zen success to you in your future. So, if you were to say, like, what is Zen success to you?
I think I think continuing to improve and learn and grow and be the best version of yourself, and I don't know, to impact as many people positively as you can, I think is very important.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you still feel called to do that on Clubhouse and make a difference. Like, what kind of yeah, connections or rooms are you doing now?
I mean, I'm pretty much off Clubhouse. I do one
Oh,
room
okay.
on Saturdays with Emily Lyons, Gina Skelton, Carmelia Ray. We do the biggest social media room on the platform.
Yeah,
So we do.
those are amazing people,
Oh
by the
yeah,
way.
they're we become really good friends. So look, every time I'm, to be honest, anywhere, not just Clubhouse, but I'm trying to like support people and be the best version of myself. I will say it is disappointing, as my social media profile increased, the number of people who try to manipulate me or get something for me, or like it's terrifying, right? So I've had to pull back way more. I used to be very, very accessible my entire career. And now I'm kind of not, like, I don't really get back to everybody. But
Hmm.
there's just too many people who want to talk to me. And I don't quite know what they want from me. So what I found, unfortunately, it's safest for me to just pull back. But in terms of, even like my show, I try to give people the best information. I have a lot of honesty and integrity. And I feel like, well, the way that I can help people, even though I'm limiting sort of access to me, is let my content help people, right? Let
Hmm.
me let me strip away selfishness and greed and give you real information that can help you in your lives as much as possible. So
Yeah, that's amazing. And to be honest, I really didn't expect to hear back from you either to be
oh
interviewed for my show.
oh
And
really?
I was like, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, he actually
Like,
texted me
oh,
back.
like I like to like it's actually disappointing. Like it's a bit sad because I always got back to everybody like my entire life.
Oh,
But
I
then
see.
like at the height of Clubhouse, I was getting hundreds of messages a week from strangers, right?
Yeah.
Hundreds a week, right? And you'd be amazed. Like, it's not like, if some people would be like, hey, I really like your rooms, like, oh, thank you. Like, I'll get back to you if I can. But some people are like, I need $1 million. Give it to me.
No.
I'm telling you. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Some people would be like, I live in India. Make me go to Hollywood. And I'm like, what? Like, how can I can't? And some people are not even like asking. It was like demanding, excuse me, I'm not in Hollywood. Did you not get my message? I'm like, what do you want? Like,
Oh my God. That could make a really funny skit though. Like those
yes,
messages that you got.
there's so many. But many, and some of them are now. I made some good friends too, but then it's weird, and then after a while, you don't know, like, is this person being friendly? Is this person trying to use me? Is this person trying to get money? Like, there's so many people that have a game. Yeah. So I've had to like close my circle quite a bit, which is not normally how I operate, but I've had to out of self-preservation,
Yeah, that makes sense. It's interesting. As soon as they opened up the app to random people on Clubhouse, and I did find it on Instagram too, I would just get messages, not like demanding anything, but just, well, crypto. I would get a lot of I would get hit up on for investing in crypto, and I almost got scammed. But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Nope.
But
is that all the time?
Yeah.
And the more fun you get, it's just more of that, right?
So. Yeah. Or I just get like weird things like, hi, or I like your smile, like hitting on me. And I'm just like, who are you? But it's like, but you get that feeling that it's not really a person almost. Like maybe it's a bot, or they're trying to eventually like get into your system to finally like scam you or something. I don't know. It's just weird.
Or a friend of mine, we'll see where it goes. But apparently he's going to do research, because there's actually people in third world countries who they literally are taking people hostage, and then they're impersonating like Asian women, and then they're trying to become friends with you on Instagram so they can scam you for money. Like this is like a real thing.
It's a real thing. Oh my gosh. But like kidnapping people.
Yeah. It's very, very dark.
Wow. I didn't think that they had to do that. I thought they could just steal their identity or replicate their profile. That's insane.
Well, I mean, I think what it is essentially slave labor, right? So it's not that the girls are real people, right? I think they just take photos from the internet or something, but they need people to, it's like a full-time job for them. They're like
trying to get people.
That's right. And then these people will build relationships with people through social media, and they'll go on for weeks, months, and make it seem like now that's your girlfriend, now it's whatever. And then they'll ask money, and then they convince somebody to write them a check for $50,000, and you never hear from them again.
Yep. I know someone that got scammed that way. Right. Unfortunately, not a man, but a woman thought she was in this relationship, long distance, but it's really sad. But people still fall for it. It's like, come on, it's like online, but anyways, it's been such a pleasure connecting with you. I'm sure you have to get back to your CEO who's trying to get a hold of you with news. And if you want, now. Okay. So I'll put your website for the daily drop in the show notes, or whatever you'd like me to put in the show notes. I'll put your personal cell phone so people can text you all the time. I'm just kidding.
Maybe my Twitter is good at
your Twitter. Okay, perfect. So thank you for being here today on my show, Bobby. Take care.
I like your energy.
Oh, thank you.
That's it for today's episode of Zen Success. Head on over to iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you listen to shows. Zen Success is also available on the radio in select markets through amfm247.com. Subscribe to the show and share with friends. Be sure to head on over to zensuccessshow.com to help you on your Zen Success journey, and join us on the next episode. May you find your own Zen success in life.